What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's doing well out there in YouTube land. That's what you want to call it, right? YouTube land. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know how to come up with that term, whatnot. Anyways, let's say hello to some of you folks out there this evening that's in chat. So let me back this chat up a little bit and say what's up to you, awesome folks, and I appreciate you guys being here with me on the late show. And like I said, we got some stuff to go over. And I feel like I almost kind of called it, talking about it on was it Tuesday night when we were talking about the droughts. And then literally, I think, was it that day? Yeah. I think Newsom did what he did. Anyways, first, let's say what's up to some of you awesome people. We got McBean Scottish Fitness in the house. B. Walker. Nate Dampier is in the house. Harvey Black. Richard Moore. Mama Bear. J15. Bonnie Bethel. Colleen Rich. Good to see you as well. I'm trying to make sure I don't. What's up, North and South? Good to see you. Boots and Bounty. Good folks. Good folks. You haven't checked out Boots and Bounty? You should. Great channel. All right. Who else do we got here tonight? I say Tennessee Prepping Lady. All right. Who else do we got? We got Andrews in the house. Savage Prepper. Anyone else been inside a long-term computer thinks of robot because you've forgotten? Oh, I gotta love Savage, man. Stewart's Prepping, good to see you as well. JRC Homestead and Blue Vandal. It's funny. I think Lady Gray is in the other room listening to me and watching it because I can hear myself in the other room. It's kind of weird. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. All right. What's up, JT? What's up, Jan? Andrew, let me see here. Who else do we got in here? Little Miss Prepper, good to see you as well. Barbara, good evening. Barbara, hope you are doing well. Steve Spillman, good to see you. Glenna Hayes. All right. Nice little party in here this evening. All right. Let me see who else. Did I miss anybody yet? I'm still scrolling down. I'm not too far behind, folks. I just like to make sure I didn't. Did I say what's up, Jan? I think I got you, Jan, didn't I? Frontier Preppers, what's up, Billy? Or D, or both? My fellow compadre, my fellow Cubano, what's going on? Oh, man. Billy, I got to get you back on the channel, man. We had a good time, man. What's up, Deacon? Let me see here. Who else did we got? G-Mac is in the house. Teresa D as well. Lori D. Dale, how you doing this evening? Let me see. Who else do we got? Did I get you, Rena? If not, we'll say hi to Rena again. What's up, Rena? Dale Cobb. All right. I'm getting there, folks. Kaylin, what's up? Dr. Eric Kessel, good evening. All right. Dobby Farrar, good to see you as well. Dreamsacres, what's up? Cooking Sherry, Rhonda Long. Let me see who else. Yarn Prepper's in the house. What's up, Yarn? That was a horrible story that you sent to me, Yarn. That was very heartbreaking. I'll tell you that. Lee, what is up, Lee? Honey Badgers is also in there. Is in the house. Homestead Aquarius. All right. Lori in Oklahoma. Minuteman 69. I don't want to go to school today, Mom. I hear you, man. I say that every morning. Every morning, brother. Brian Barbie, Potato Head. Smiling Wolf. Oh, so Allison Sherman, so you're Alley Cat. I thank you for clarifying that. I truly appreciate that. What's up, Bonnie? I think I got Rhonda, Janine, Blue Vandal. All right. I hope I got everybody. Debadoo. Hold on. I think I just saw Debadoo. Ann from MA. Angela. Miss Sharon. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us this evening. And I think I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Make sure Granny Fisher's in the house as well. X24 Prepper. What is up? I like the name. It's kind of cool. Vitra. My taxes were $48 for 10 acres and 2 tiny houses here. That's awesome, Barbara. I totally forgot you were on tonight. Yeah, it's a late night show, and some people are sleeping, depending. If you're where Rudy is or Billy and D is, it's only like 6:30 in the afternoon there. It's dinner time. It's dinner time there. All right, man. All right, so let's get this party started. A couple of things. Should we just dive into the topic? Because there's a couple other things I want to bring up during this live stream, and I want to apologize up front. I have not been to my P.O Box in almost a week and a half, 2 weeks, folks. Last time I grabbed that stuff that Ethel had sent me, And again, thank you, Ethel, for that. But I have not been there since. It's been extremely busy in regards to just life. What's up, Rumming Prepper? Kathy M. B. Walker's in the house. Bonnie Bethel said 735 cold resin. Oh, you know what? Speaking of this, folks, I really want to. I see you over there, Alley Cat, and I see you in chat. Thank you so much. So what I want to ask you folks is, remember we discussed this a lot. Some people were happy about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or so. They're like, hey, man, gas prices are going down. And I said, they're going to go back up, folks. They're going to go back up. And the only reason I'm bringing this back up is because gas has jumped almost 40 cents over the last 2 weeks here in my local area. It did get low. It was down to like 369 or so, somewhere around there. And now it's up to 419 again. 419 for gas. Man, will it ever get fixed? Probably not. Not in this administration. Florida Rican homesteader. I like that. What's up? Good to see you. Minuteman, probably. You guys are awesome. Went down 5 cents for 4 days. Really, GMAC? Did it go back up? 5 cents and then jump back up? Because, you know, it always jumps down. And then it goes down really slow, but it jumps up really quick. I tell you that. Caitlin says 550 in Northern California. So I guess is that good for California? Rena LaRue says gas is up 10 cents this week. Andrew Quorum says I got gas today at 378 in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's not bad. I missed that, to be honest with you. How crazy does that sound? I missed $3.78. That going to 419 is, yeah. Brian Barbie says, yep, going back up here in New Jersey. Roger that. What's up, Milo? Good to see you as well. B. Walker says, oh, so that's why hubby only filled me half a tank. He's always fills me full. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I've talked to some people. I don't know if you guys know, a lot of gas stations are cutting people off at $100. Then you got to put your card back in and get more gas. My buddy who he has a large diesel vehicle, and I think it's I don't know, 40-gallon tank. It's a big tank. And he says he's tired of doing it, and he hates swiping his card multiple times, but it cuts him off at $100. GMAX said, yep, all right, good to know. You had a nice get Victor in Illinois commercial before your show. Really, Blue Vandal. The stuff that they put in there. Oh, man, that is horrible. Colin Rich says 419. I'm in New York. I appreciate you sharing it. Dreams Acres was 358 now back at 399 in central Michigan. Bonnie Bethel says our gas and diesel never did go down. It did go up 10 cents for diesel. Yesterday it's 419 and diesel is 439. That's horrible, Bonnie. Florida Rican homesteader in Puerto Rican. I have to live in Oklahoma. You see, I went down 10 cents today, but I know it's going to jump back up. Needless to say, I filled up today out there. Yeah, any Florida Rican, anytime you can get at least a little, a little break, I guess, even if it's 10, 15 cents, even at 3 something a gallon, it's a deal at this point. What's up, Diabetic Prepper? Good to see you. What's up, Ann Palmer? How is it down there in Louisiana? Sunset, good to see you as well. All right, folks. So, I wanted to do this. I always ponder, because spending time with me, you're taking time out of your life and hanging out here on a live stream. So I always want to have some sort of content that might be beneficial to you, the viewers. So that way I can, garner your thumbs up, right? But no, seriously, is because I thought to myself, sometimes I want to do fun live streams, just kind of talk about stuff, and not really like have a topic. But I think to myself, I just don't want to waste my viewers' time. So I've always tried to come up with something to talk about. And then, of course, towards the end, we can have a little bit more fun. I do have some stuff I want to talk about in regards to last Tuesday's live stream. And this is my last video for the month. So that's kind of interesting. And then I think next month I'll talk to you more about the food pantry stuff that I'm going to do. I'm going to be donating, I think, starting May. Matter of fact, I think Cindy Rice donated this month, so I'm going to take that $50 that she donated, and I'm going to add that to the month of May. So May, June, July, August, September, October. That'll give me 6 months. So 6 months of my YouTube revenue. I think what I want to do is take that money and donate that into a food drive for folks, because come November, Thanksgiving, I think people are going to be in a real tough spot, and I think that's the least I can do. Being here on YouTube, me and my wife both work about 60, 70 hours a week. So with the little additional money that I make off of YouTube, I think it's just a good Christian thing to do is to help some folks out in regards to this YouTube ad revenue and all that fun stuff like that, and super chats and all that good stuff, right? And Yarn Prepper, thank you. You mentioned that, I think, was it last week, right? And yeah, we hit 15,000 subs. We're getting closer to that 20,000 subs. As soon as we hit 20,000, we're giving away 1 pound of silver, folks. 16 silver eagles. And you guys can thank Yarn Prepper for that great idea, because I was just going to give a brick of silver away to one person, but she was like, no, let's have a little fun with it. And let's do 16 silver eagles. So we're going to give 16 ounces or 1 pound of silver. There'll be 16 winners when we hit 20K. And of course, I'll let you guys know when we hit that mark. Matter of fact, we'll probably hit 15,100 subscribers within the next day or so. The channel is definitely moving forward, which is great, because I love for people to come across the channel and learn a bit about emergency preparedness and meet you folks, this awesome community that we have here. We see here, want to come down here. Spread the love. Exactly, B. Walker. Spread the love. And JRC, that's the least I can do. Honestly, I'm watching. Matter of fact, I got something for you guys. Let me bring up something. I know some of you guys don't like Reddit, but I get stuck on there. You know what I mean? I get stuck on Reddit because I'm trying to figure out what these prepper groups are talking about. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Good to see you, brother. Did you have fun on your guys' retreat? I looked at your Instagram photos. You guys look like you had a great time out there. That's awesome. I would love to do something like that. I would love to do something like that. And hopefully we can put together this Florida prepper kind of get together here. And like I said, I don't think you guys want to be in Florida, or anybody even living in Florida wants to hang out in, July or August when it's hot. So I think we should probably push it to the fall. That'll give us enough time to plan something out. And maybe we'll just sit around a campfire. Maybe we'll just have some food. I don't know, just to get a meet and greet and say hello and exchange ideas and just kind of, have a good time. Savage Prepper agreed. Not a bad time to get a locking gas cap. Matter of fact, Seabass was talking to me about catalytic converters. I guess she's having a big issue in her area where there's a lot of theft, and she was wondering, why do they steal catalytic converters? So I had to go in there and explain to her that, it's the palladium that's in there, and it's almost about $2,000 an ounce, I think now. Pretty expensive stuff. So the thieves are going after that stuff. Maybe hang out at the Springs. That would be Florida Rican. I think that's over on the West Coast, over where my stepfather and my mom used to live. A lot of you folks know my mom passed away a couple of years. It's been about 2 years now. So Mother's Day is always a little tough for me, but I try to keep an upbeat because I know she is in good hands with the Lord above us. So that, what's up, Pastor McQuaddy? Propane tanks in your barbecue grill, lock them. Right on, B. Walker. Oh, let me, I almost forgot what I was doing. I guess I need to have some sort of context here so that I can get your guys' thumbs up button. So let's share the screen. This is something on Reddit, and I wanted to share this with you guys since we're talking about food pantries. And this is a subreddit called Preppers, on Reddit. Some folks don't like it. There's a lot of weird folks on there. Some good people on there as well. Like I said, I'm always looking around. And it says, I wanted to share this because it says, I volunteer at a food giveaway. A lot of you guys know Northern Girl goes to these food giveaways as well. It says it's literally the store leftovers. And the last 6 months, the number of people have increased by 500%. People are getting more desperate where I am on the East Coast. Food pantries are empty and gas prices are killing them. Even with all of that, I still got 3 bags of leftovers from it because people don't know how to cook or won't take weird and healthier items. It's sad because it's good food. I got 4 pounds of split peas and 3 pounds of soybeans, this week, plus a ton of apples and chard. So I thought it was interesting that this person works in this, volunteers in this situation, and 500% increase, folks. That's pretty bad. And the pantries in that area are also empty. And that's why I feel that I need to do this year. I know the kids, we did the kids last year, but I definitely want to help the people this year because food is going to be something important. But I wanted to share that with you folks on there. It's just a 500%. That's pretty bad. So bad. What's up, Survival Buzz? Good to see you. One Girl's Trek, good to see you as well. I'm trying to back up here so I can see. What's up, Rhonda? A lot of you amazing people here tonight. Raka, good to see you. Did I get you, Sherry, too? Unfortunately, people want money versus food. Doesn't make sense. GMAC, I can agree 100% with you. People don't understand that money is almost just worthless to a certain point. I know I had a conversation with someone today in regards to money, and I was like, I pulled this out. I pulled this out of my pocket, and they were showing me a $10 bill, and I said, this is what's worth to me. This is what I call money. See if that'll focus in on there. That's a nice. This is when money used to actually be valued. This is a 1922 Morgan Peace dollar, a beautiful coin. It's just something I keep in my pocket. I can't get it to go rightward, but anyways, I showed her that, and I said, "That's money. That's money. That's when our currency was worth something." That's funny, Cooking Cherry. Gray's got silver, right? I always keep a piece of silver on me, one way or another. Oh, man. All right, so let's get into this topic, folks. Before I get to Lady Liberty, she is a beaut, right? Yeah, for sure. Frontier preppers, you didn't have to do that. You guys know you didn't have to do that, man. I know a lot of us are hurting, but you did not help to do that. You didn't have to do that. Let's help others whenever we can, however we can. I appreciate that, Billy, or D, or both of you guys. It's coming from both of you guys. So I truly appreciate that. And Billy, that will definitely go towards to helping some folks out. Is that the coin I just won, right, Diabetic Prepper? That's awesome, GMAC. I love when I find those little dimes like that. Any pre-1964 dimes, Roosevelt's, Mercury's, all that stuff like that. I always put that in my little bag. Gray's got AP Silver. Oh, speaking of AP Silver, folks, that being said, I talked to Rudy. Was it yesterday? Or was it I think it might have been yesterday or Tuesday or Wednesday. I talked to Rudy. He's getting your guys' all the winners coins out there. So B. Walker, Nancy, Bernie, Liz, and Rhonda, your coin should be hitting the mail soon, coming all the way from Alaska. That's a piece of history, folks. Alaska Prepper coin. But thank you so much, Billy. I appreciate that, Billy and D. Pre-1965. Empress Kimberly is usually 1964 for me, but maybe you're right. Gray Family is awesome. I appreciate that, Homestead. No, I'm sorry, Smiling Wolf. I appreciate it. What's up, Homestead Oss, all the way from Australia? All right, so let's kind of get into this this whole thing, man. Let's talk about the drought. Now, what I want to do first is I want to go backwards. I want to go a little bit backwards. Let me see if I can find the date on this one first before I bring it up. I'm trying to get a little bit more organized in these live streams here. So let's go back to October 19th, 2021. And we're going all the way to October 19th, which is a while ago, Let me see if I can share my screen. Come on, Greg, get yourself together. And 2021 wasn't not too long ago. But anyways, let's add this before we get into what's going on right now. All right, so Newsom declares drought emergency across California. This was back in October 19th, 2021. And you'll see why I'm talking about this, even though it's old news. It says, as the Western U.S. faces potential third year of drought, it's critical that Californians across the state redouble our efforts to save water in every way possible, Newsom said in his statement. Today's announcement extends drought emergencies already declared in 50 counties to the 8 remaining counties where conditions had thus far not been deemed severe enough. Los Angeles, Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, San Diego, Imperial, San Francisco, and Ventura. Emergency declarations are aimed at easing responses to the deepening drought. Such emergency bottled water purchases or construction to bolster water supplies by reducing environmental and other regulations. Anyways, so that was that was October of 2019. So let me see. I think this is the one I'm looking for now. This was April 27th. So here's my big issue. First, we're going to start off with the small folks. You the civilians. You know what I mean? You the citizens, not civilians, but usually the daily citizens, right? It says Southern California water officials declared a water shortage. This was back in April. Now they're going to have some heavy restrictions. They're going to take place June 1st is when these restrictions take place. You will only allow to be water 1 day a week. 1 day a week. That's it, folks. If you're living in California, in the 60 counties of California, you can only water 1 day a week. So if you have a garden, hopefully you have some other way to water your garden because they're expecting a severe drought. This is year 4, moving into year 4 of the drought. At least if I run the numbers right, it's either end of year 3 or going into year 4, somewhere around there. Sometimes Gray gets a little crazy. You know what I mean? But anyways, this is Southern California water officials declared a water shortage emergency following record-breaking drought conditions throughout the state. On Tuesday, the Metropolitan Water District, Southern California, said it's implementing a program that will restrict outdoor watering to 1 day a week in parts of Los Angeles, Ventura, and San Bernardino counties. Using words like crisis, unprecedented, and drastic, The water supplier said that the restrictions will take effect on June 1st and impact some 6 million residents. Supplies have been so dramatically reduced over the past 3 years that in some parts of the region, we simply don't have enough water to meet normal demands this year, the Metropolitan Water District said in a statement. As a result, Southern California residents are being called to immediately reduce water usage by 20 to 30%. If enough water isn't conserved, or if the supply conditions worsen, which I think it will, outdoor watering could be eliminated altogether later this year, and limitations could be placed on indoor use. So think about this. If the drought gets worse, if California doesn't get any better, if rain doesn't come to California, which I don't think, because they're in what they call a mega drought cycle, they're going to limit outdoor watering altogether. So you folks that are trying to grow outdoors in California, you're going to run into a situation because you'll be fined $2,000 if they catch you watering your garden. Then, as it states, it says right here, it says limitations right here. Let me see if I can highlight this here. Limitations can be placed on indoor use. So they might limit your indoor use. Maybe you have a hydroponic system. Maybe you want to take an extra shower because it's really hot. Imagine that they're going to be paying attention to your water usage indoors and telling you, no, you cannot use that much water in your home. Stop flushing your toilet. I don't know. I'm going on a limb here, but just think about that. Anyways, it says January, February, March, typically the wettest months that provide much needed rain and snow for the remainder of the year, turned out to be the driest on record, according to the Metropolitan Water District. Unprecedented times call unprecedented measures, the Metropolitan Water District warned. So unprecedented times will call for unprecedented. I guess they don't want me to say that. Something just hit me in the throat. It says, but unprecedented measures. So it's, again, from one situation to the next, folks. Scary to say the least. We'll talk about that here in a second. So let's talk about the consequences before we get into the farmers. So the consequences of a drought in California are felt well outside the state's border. This is how we have to pay attention to what's happening in California because it affects the entire United States. Anyways, it says California is effectively America's garden. It produces 2/3 of all fruits, nuts grown in the U.S. State's agriculture industry generates $50 billion each year, which is more than the entire gross domestic product of Vermont and Wyoming, as large as the economy of Alaska or Montana. California produces nearly all of the almonds, artichokes, avocados, broccoli, carrots, celery, kiwi, figs, garlic, grapes, raisins, raspberries, strawberries, honeydew, melons, nectarines, olives, pistachios, plums, tangerines, mandarins, and walnuts grown in the United States. About 80% of all almonds in the world are grown in California. The state's almonds alone generate $6 billion annually, but nut trees are water intensive, though notably less so than alfalfa and pastured land grown for animal agriculture. And unlike seasonal crops, they cannot be fallowed in a dry year. Given the lack of water in 2021, some farmers have been forced to resort to tearing out valuable almond trees and instead planting less thirsty crops. Anyways, it says about 80% of the state's developed water use goes to the agriculture industry. So anyone who enjoys eating fruits and nuts should be concerned. They had to throw this word in here. They had to throw that in there. That it's changing is increasing the odds of mega droughts permanently drying California. Wild stuff. Let me jump over to chat real quick before I go into the next thing. I'll bring that one up. I want to see what you guys are talking about. Whoa, look at that chat move. Easier to say what isn't grown in California. Right, B. Walker, probably. I wanted to show that I don't get tongue twisted all the time. Market value, GDP is irrelevant if you're broke and starving. Agreed. Very true. Let me see what you guys are talking about. You notice the greener they got, the drier it gets. Minuteman, absolutely. Plant a fruit tree. And here in Florida, that's what one of our biggest things is citrus. You know, lemons and oranges and those type of citrus things. A matter of fact, I'm growing strawberries outside. I need to do a garden update here soon enough to show you guys because I have some strawberries. I picked one the other day. It was very tasty. I picked a tomato that was ripe the other day. The garden is looking good. Florida better step up its game, right? How can they say permanently? Sherry, you got me. I'm quoting strictly from the articles. That's why I like to bring the articles up so it doesn't look like some crazy prepper guys telling you that some of this stuff is happening. But it's crazy. Haven't found a dehydrator canner at Goodwill, but my day searching every week. Teresa, keep on looking. You never know what you might find. Please say hi. Oh, gotcha. What's up, Vera? Good to see you. Always love to say hi to Vera. Vera is one of our watchers, our young watchers, and she enjoys watching with their family. And that's why, folks, with people like Vera watching us, we try to keep it family friendly on here. But hello, Vera. Always good to see you. What's up, Dragon Slayer? Let me see here. Honestly, I'm at the point where anybody starts talking market value, I think they're useless breather. The currently is based on debt and values based on something else. I hear you. I hear you, man. It's we can all talk about it. Someone, told me today, like, hey, you're going to talk about the negative GDP on your channel tonight. I'm like, nah. Everybody knows it's bad. Everybody know the economy's in the crapper. Everybody knows that it's not getting any better. Survival Bus says, Grey, have you upped your garden game? Just curious the scale of the growing you're doing. Survival Bus, I honestly feel like I'm doing, and I'm not finished yet. I'm playing with different plants. I have heirloom tomatoes growing. I have cherry 100s going. I have black cherries going. Black cherry tomatoes going. I have this year I'm growing three types of eggplant. And what I told Lady Grey, what I want to do with my Japanese eggplant, good to see you as well, Dragon. Thank you, Steve. What I want to do with my Japanese eggplant, because it's starting to fruit now. I got about 5 on there, and I'll do a garden video here soon. But I want to harvest some of those eggplants. And I don't know if you guys know what tempura is. I like to take the Japanese eggplant and slice it, and then kind of put it in tempura batter. And then it's just a nice crispy treat. I don't know if you guys would want to see something like that. And then the rest of it, of course, I'm going to do, put it away for long-term, dehydrate it and stuff like that. Oh, B Walker, you love eggplant? I do too. It's some good stuff. Very healthy stuff. Savage Prepper fried. Yeah. Let me see. Yum tempura. I love this stuff, man. I love this stuff. It's one of my, I guess one of my little, comfort foods to say. Michigan Lifestyle. Good to see you. Kathy M says, sounds good. So yeah, for sure. That might be something I'd do, as when I get into the new home, I'm going to do some cooking videos, guys. I'm not going to change the entire video to cooking, but we're going to be doing some canning, dehydrating, cooking. We're going to have some fun with this new kitchen. I'll be honest with you guys. The wife is a little upset because she wants to start a cooking channel, like a garden to table channel. She's just extremely busy. Like I said, she works around 60, 70 hours a week. She's really working to the bone. You know what I mean? So eventually what I hope that she'd be able to do is, once things calm down, hopefully she'll get an opportunity to do some, maybe some work with me on the channel, and then maybe, expand and do her own thing. Eggplant stir fry right on. All right. So let's get into the whole, farmer thing, and then we can keep on having some fun, on the channel. Oh, we got 99 thumbs up. We only need one more thumbs up for 100. We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, do so. I'm watching it in case you guys hit it. Someone can break that 100 mark. There we go. 101. You guys are awesome. I truly appreciate that, folks. Believe it or not, some people always ask, well, why do you guys ask for thumbs up button? Believe it or not, YouTube pays attention. The more conversation, the more comments, the more interaction, the more thumbs up, it's more likely to share your video on other people that are unaware that you even exist. So that's how we spread the message, is by supporting the channel. You don't have to support it financially, and you can watch commercials, you can hit the thumbs up, you can drop comments, all that fun stuff. And all that's beneficial to the content creator to help spread the message and get the channel seen for folks that may not know that channel exists. Anyways, let's bring this up, folks, because this is a scary fact, because everything that we see is, again, culminating to a food situation. All right, so this is dated in early in February, and I've talked to a couple of people that know some farmers out in California, and they say it's not good, folks. Between the fuel cost, the labor issues, the fertilizer shortage, and now a drought. But now the federal government gets involved, right? Federal government says won't give water to California farmers due to severe drought. Isn't that a shame? That to me, that should be a priority, is giving water to the farmers so they can grow the food for our country. to feed our people. Doesn't that make sense? Am I just a little, am I crazy or something? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me why they would cut off the water to the farmers. Anyways, it says, with California entering the third year of severe drought, federal officials said Wednesday they won't deliver any water to farmers in the state's major agricultural region, a decision that will force many to plant fewer crops in the fertile soil that yields the bulk of the nation's fruits, nuts, and vegetables. It says it's devastating to the agriculture economy and to those people that rely on it, said Ernest Conant, regional director for the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation. But unfortunately, we can't make it rain. I can make it rain. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just joking around, folks. All right. You got to have some fun sometimes. It says the federal government operates the Central Valley Project in California, a complex system of dams, reservoirs, and canals. It's one of the two major water systems that the state relies on for agriculture, drinking water, and the environment. The other system is run by the state government. Water agencies contract with federal government for certain amounts of water each year. In February, the federal government announces how much of those contracts can be fulfilled based on how much water is available. The government then updates the allocations throughout the year based on conditions. Farmers started last year with only 5% allocation from the federal government, but ended up with 0%. Ended up with 0% last year. So what do you think is going to happen this year? To me, this is very concerning. As the drought intensified. This year, the federal government is starting farmers at 0%, while water for other purposes, including drinking and industrial use, is at 25%. Last year was very bad. This year can turn out to be worse, Content said. Westlands Water District, the nation's largest agricultural water district, covering 1,000 square miles in Fresno and Kings County, said drought conditions last year caused farmers to fallow almost 250,000 acres, 200,000 acres, while leaving thousands of acres of food unharvested. The district said in the fourth time this decade that farmers south of the San Joaquin Sacramento River Delta have gotten no water from the federal government. Man, folks, it's just, it's a very scary fact to see this is transpiring, and it's year after year. That is my main concern. Eat your crust. If you look at the definition, we're already living in it. Priorities all messed up. Agreed, GMAC, 100%. Since we're seeing all these food packaging plants burned to the ground, it doesn't surprise me them not sending water. And, and that's, I want to be, I'm not going to mention the channel, right? So drive through Central Cali, you will see the effects. And folks, if anybody is living in California and you happen to see farms, I love if you guys can be my little intel source. My email's down below. If you're living in any parts of California and you can show me pictures of if you see farmlands that are being fallowed, if you're seeing, situations that you think that would be pertinent to the channel, please send pictures my way. I would like to share that with the viewers so that people can see firsthand what's happening. I would truly appreciate that. Anyways, on to this. I'm not going to say the name of the channel because you guys know, no matter, even if someone sat here and bashed me for 17 hours and said Grey was the worst person in the world, I would still love them. I'm like, all right, you know what? It's okay. You can, we can agree to disagree. But she has a large channel, almost 300,000 subscribers. And I was listening to her because I get bored sometimes and I'll type in the word prepper on YouTube and see what comes up. Well, her video came up and she doesn't have prepper in her name, an older lady. And she was talking about that. She tried to say that the food crisis is not as bad as everybody says it's going to be. That she said that, with the plants burning down, that's she was like, well, there's so many others. She was talking about the drought, and she's like, that happens all the time. And I might be misspeaking, but I don't want to send anybody that way because I don't want anybody to say anything negative. I guess she got some negative feedback from her video talking about that, and so she made another video talking about, what's up, Pure Blood? Trying to explain herself because she's using facts. I get it. She's using facts in a different manner than the way I or other people may use facts. But in her eyes, she doesn't see a big need for or a big worry moving towards the future in regards to food. And the thing is she's a homesteader. I can tell she's a homesteader by the background and where she's, what the other videos that she's done. So it's a little weird to hear that coming from someone. She basically almost tried to disprove the whole fact with the drought and the supply chain and all the other stuff like that. And I was like, I didn't leave a comment. I just watched it just to see what she had to say because I'm always curious what other people's perception is of what's going on. And I hope I hope she's right. I hope she's right. I'm hope that it's just all a big, I don't know, coincidence, whatever, you know what I mean? And that everything is going to be okay. And I have egg on my face, it is what it is. But honestly, if it does go sideways and things get really bad, I hope she really is prepared. I hope she is ready for what's to come down the pipe, because I would hate for someone to be put in that position. So I don't know. I was just unhappy to know someone that's in a rural life, in a rural living the rural life, and not having any faith in what's transpiring and seeing what's written on the wall. From my perspective. Yeah, Survival Buzz, I agree. I hope she's right. And Kathy M, I agree with you 100%. I'd rather be safe than sorry. That's all emergency preparedness truly is. Is we've said it. It's an emergency plan. It's better to have than not to have. You know what I mean? Better to not starve than starve, folks. Right? At least for the time being, daughter. Blah, 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 she's another baby. So I just read that. I'm sorry. Kitsy Witsy says, stack it to the ceiling, folks. You will be affected by no food growing in the U.S. So here is another thing. And again, I'm going to bring up me and Rudy's conversation on the live stream last week is maybe there will be food, but the food will be controlled. There will be food lines where the government controls the food that you get. And what kind of civil liberties, what are you going to have to give up to get that food is my question. You guys have probably heard of this new thing that they're doing, the government's doing. It's almost like a propaganda machine. I think it's called the ministry. What is it called? The ministry of disinformation. I don't know. It's some new thing I heard on the news the other day, and the government's putting something together. And I'm thinking, are we living in 1984? Are we living like in some sort of apocalyptic situation? Are we living in China or someplace like that? Why do we need that type of situation? It just doesn't make sense. Why would we need a government entity to control the information that the people receive? Oh boy, man, it just doesn't get any better. Ministry of Truth. Thank you so much, JT. I appreciate that. The Ministry of Truth. The Ministry of Truth. Doesn't that sound like some sort of communist like theme? You know what I mean? A government entity called the Ministry of Truth. That just sounds some sort of like post-apocalyptic scenario to me. Steve Spielman, exactly. First Amendment, folks. Agreed. They're trampling all over censorship. God, man, it's a scary fact to see. We focus on a lot of things, and some people don't pay attention to the politics because it gets exhausting at times. But yeah, it does, GMAC. Right, Brian? And it is from the book of 1984. You're exactly right. I watched that movie a long time ago, and I've watched it again. I like to use it as research material per se. Or out of Monty Python, right? Right, Mike Styles, you're pretty much right, man. It's called the Ministry of Truth. Thank you, Savage. But anyways, exactly. Florida Rican said it best. It's one step towards totalitarianism. It's legal now to ignore the law for some people. The ministry of telling us what to do. Frontier preppers. And that's why I said, brother, we need to have I got to reach out to you. We got to get you back on the channel so that you can tell them well, the Cuba's Ministry of Truth. God, man. And some people think it's okay. There's people out there that think this is normal. Like, oh, yeah, that's great. Are they insane? I don't know. Anyways, enough of that. But anyways, folks, I really wanted to show you the situation in California because it's going to affect all of us. Because we've talked about the supply chain. We've talked about the fertilizer. We've talked about the issue in Russia and Ukraine. We've talked about all these other issues. Also, I talked to someone today that's in Poland. He's from Poland. He's here in the U.S. visiting. He lives in Poland, right? And he's with a friend of mine that's deployed in Poland. And they were back over here. They're going back to Poland next week. And he said that there's so many refugees that Poland doesn't know what to do because they don't have enough food. Even with all the other countries sending stuff, they still don't have enough, which made me think about the southern border. How many folks are coming across that southern border? and that they're going to need to fed. You know what I mean? So I look at these little things, and it's just every time I look around, there's something else that's affecting something that's creating this whole crisis that I think is going to eventually, it's going to be a tipping point. You know what I mean? Where there's no coming back from it. And that's my main concern. I 100% hope that I'm wrong. Me? Did I get some sun? I don't know. I'm always out in the sun, in the garden at least. What's up, Hawkeye? Good to see you. What's up, Hig Homestead? Good to see you. Hooga Homestead. Hooga Homestead. All right. Common sense is to no longer a good thing because you have to deal with so many that don't have it. I agree 100%. And D14 Majorca is yeah, God, he's maybe he'll get impeached. We'll see. Mama Bear, you're exactly right. A lot of products do like they use corn, like shampoo, deodorants, toothpaste, and serum. Matter of fact, I remember about 8 to 10, maybe 15 live streams ago. Remember when we discussed how many actual things are made with corn? And the majority there's a lot of corn that's used for feed for animals, but there's a lot of things made out of corn products, especially fuel, alternative fuels, ethanol, all that stuff like that. So a lot of corn and stuff like that is grown for that purpose, outside of feeding the American people. Sorry, I went silent for a minute because I was reading JRC's thing. You know, JRC, that's a scary fact too, that you're that close to the border because of what's transpiring. That one I haven't seen, GMAC. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Corn growers are now growing soybeans, and I get that they need some farmers are, you know, reverting to certain situations because of the fact of that they need money. You know what I mean? Because they need finances because they can't grow certain stuff. And I don't know why that was down. My little monitor was all weird. Let me push play on that. Yeah, that's all right. Anyways, a lot of people going to be stinking, right, Mama Bear? That's great. All hail to the new soy society. Right on, D14. And this, you know, folks, a lot of you folks do send me great intel. I know Julie F sends me stuff. Joyce, a lot of people like to send me tidbits, and I do watch them. I do watch some of the information. I usually, before I bring it to the channel, I'd like to do a little further research on the stuff that you guys send me, because that's just who I am. Before I come on here and YouTube and start talking about something, I like to dig a little deeper. Yeah, Smiling Wolf, you're exactly right. The government does pay to him. Matter of fact, my business partner, his father used to live in Wisconsin, and they were farmers. And every single year, tell me if this makes sense. Every single year, the government would come and tell him that to plow it under, and they're going to give him this much money. They won't give him the offer. Soybean use less than fertilizer than corn. What's up, Rudy? Good to see you, my friend. Good evening, brother. But they would have him plow his fields under and then pay him. They couldn't tell him in the beginning of the year and be like, hey, I swear I hear like a little bit of sound coming out of this little tablet thing here. They couldn't say, hey, this year we'll pay you this much to not grow. They make him put all the work in, do the land, and plant the stuff, and then come back to him and say, hey, I need you to plow this under. If not, you'll be fined. So we'll pay you to do this. And I wish I could get him on the channel, but he's like almost 90 years old, or is 90 years old. But it's great to hear his stories, how the government was there every single year. So this has been going on for quite some time. But now I think it's in high gear. Margarita says, I live in Northern California and it's scary bad here. Fields are dried up and not being planted. Livestock hay is $25 a bale for grass. Ranchers have to sell cattle, can't feed them. Margarita, that is horrible. I don't know if you heard me earlier. If you get any type of pictures, if you ever get any pictures or videos, please send them to GreyManPrepping@gmail.com. Beretta Vandy says, my sheriff made headlines again. He told them to he stands by his shoot intruders comments. Beretta Vandy, Florida has some great sheriffs out there. I'm in Florida as well. Great folks. Anyways, speaking, since Rudy is joining us this evening, I got a bunch of Alaskans in the house. Someone asked me They were like, hey, how does Rudy keep his O2 absorbers, you know, safe? You know what I mean? How does he keep them without ruining his O2 absorbers? And Rudy went through that process and explained it. So for me, I do things a little bit different because all my jars I'm saving for my food. And I have a couple other things that I use, but I wanted to show you guys this. So you can pre-set up your O2 absorber. So if you know that you're going to do 5 gallons of rice, right? And you're going to put up rice, and you know it takes about 2,000 cc's. I go overboard. I usually do about 3,000 cc's. You can vacuum seal them in these bags, basically taking all the oxygen out of that. So then when you open this bag up, you know that you're using this bag of O2 absorbers to for that 5 gallon pail. You're going to put, like, you know, rice in, or like beans or something like that in. So this is a way to make it easier for you with your O2 absorbers, is to vacuum seal them in a bag like this. Also, I mean, this works for me. Everybody has their own processes. You got to figure out what's best for you. But these are sealed tight. There's no air in there. So when I get them out, I know that they'll be functional, because you don't want to lose your money. I think the person, God, I can't remember who it was in the comment section. If you're here, just raise your hand. But said that they're worried they lost over $100 of O2 absorbers because I guess something they're happening with the seal. So I sent them some links on how to use a food saver thing on the mason jars and whatnot, or the ball jars, and hopefully something will work out for them. But like I said, we all have different processes. You got to find out what works best for you. Some people may not have food savers. To me, it's a great investment to have a food saver. I'll be 100% honest with you. No problem, JRC. Yeah, this does save a lot of room. It does save a lot of room. Like I said, you just keep them in a bag and then store them. But like I said, if you know that you're going to use 2,000 cc's or 3,000 cc's, when you buy your oxygen absorbers, before you open that thing up, okay, let's say that you buy 10,000 cc's of O2 absorbers. They're all 300 cc's. Do the math, seal them up, and then you open this package, and you're going to use this entire package in that 5 gallon bucket. Someone else also asked the Mylar bags that I use. I use the Wallaby brand. I wish I'm not an affiliate with them, but these are my 5 gallon Mylar bags. They're pretty big. Oh, I guess you can't hear me, but yeah, they're pretty big. So these are the type of bags I do. And I like these because I can pack enough in here. It folds over to the 5 gallon bucket, and then I can seal it well. And like I said, I try to only fold. I don't like to fold my bags too much, but I don't like to put pressure on them because I'm always worried about the integrity. But 7 mils is what I prefer. You can get 5 mil bags, and that's the thickness of the bags themselves. But I like 7 mil thickness. So for the folks that were wondering about the Mylar, 7 mil thick, that's my opinion on if you're going to buy Mylar bags, is what to get. Just a lot thicker, a lot safer, and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and set those down there. I wanted to share that with you folks. Some of you folks had questions. How do you seal the big bags? Kaylin, if you watch my rice video, hold on. I wonder if I can pull this up while I'm on the stream. Let me see here real quick. Let me do something real quick, folks. Or Harvey, if you find that video, since you're an awesome mod, or any of you mods out there that can find that video, you guys can share it. I'm trying to find it here real quick while I'm keep on talking to make it look like I'm talking. So where is it at? I should have did a better thumbnail. Maybe I'm going to update that thumbnail so people know what that thumbnail is. That's coconut. That's canned goods, gardening. I'm trying to find it so that you guys can see what I'm talking about here. There she is. All right, let me share my screen with you guys real quick, because this might help some of you folks. Some folks don't get notifications, you know what I mean? And hopefully this will give you the opportunity to know that there's some content on my channel that you could dig through and maybe might be beneficial to you. But see this video right here? That's the one I'm talking about. I can click on it, and let me skip the ad. I should watch the ad with you guys so the channel can earn some income. All right, so let me see if I can skip to the part where I am sealing it. That's me with the O2 absorbers. All right, so here you go. Is that full? I'm going to make it full screen. I'm using a flat iron, Kaylin. And you don't want to go too long. You don't want to burn the bag. You just want to go enough to seal that bag. Hold it on there. I count about a few seconds, and that's how I do it. And I go all the way across the board, because with the oxygen absorbers, you're gonna come back and check on this in a couple of days, and you see how it's melting that together. So it's making good seal, even though it has a Ziploc seal. But I don't trust that seal. I like to have my own seal on there. Let me see if I can skip past this here. And then this is what you should get. Rice like that, and it should be rock hard. You'll check that in a couple of days. But great video, though, if you get a chance to watch it. I'm trying to get out of this, get out of my channel here. Right, B. Walker, that's great. Car registration done, tires next. King corn is about the industrialization of corn crops. Just turned my flat iron off. First time here. Right on, Amy. Good to see you. And everybody welcome Amy. If Amy's first time here in chat, everybody give Amy Thompson a warm welcome. And blowtorch and vice grips. Minuteman, I would not use blowtorch and vice grips. And no problem, Kaylin. To me, it's a very informative video. I probably should have did better on the thumbnail. I'm getting better at doing my thumbnails so that people can kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about. Because some people look at the thumbnail, and if it doesn't appeal to them, they'll move past it. But I had fun doing that video. See, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for welcoming Amy to the Grey family. Quickney, good to see you. You guys are awesome. All right. One other thing. What else did I have for you guys folks tonight before we run out of time? I found a little book. I'm a sucker for books, right? And thank you, Rudy, G-Mac, Allison, Lori, Brian, Barbie, Smiling Wolf. You guys are phenomenal. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I don't click if you don't have a pretty picture. Savage. Savage, you gotta admit, my pictures are getting better. They're starting to look a little bit more uniform. I'm getting there, buddy. Thank you so much, Devils. Yeah, Quickney, thank you. You guys are awesome. All right. B Walker, I love you guys too. So I found this little book here. Let me see if it'll focus in on that. Everything you need to know to prepare yourself for the worst. Prepper Handbook by James Henry. I'm just started reading it, so don't rush out and buy it just yet. I'm reading it now, and once I get done reading it, I'll let you guys know if it's a good read. You guys know I'm big on books. I'm big on tangible stuff. Big on tangible stuff. You know what? I'm sorry I have to do this. But because I know Rudy's watching right now, but Rudy, I want to show you something. Tell me if this is a gorgeous piece of silver here, brother. Look at that, 1922 peace dollar. Trying to get there we go. Come on, focus on that. Gorgeous coin, man. Gorgeous coin. Sounds pretty materialistic, right? Love it, man. Love it. Dad jokes. What are you guys talking about? Did I miss a dad joke? Brian Barbie, I don't think so. That would be a great, that is a great YouTube name. I'm curious. I should look that up. We should find out if he has a YouTube channel. But it has stuff about canning and foraging, water purification. What else do we got in this little book here? Importance of planning, survival kits, evacuations, household escape plans, safety skills, how to deal with natural reactions like anxiety, fear, anger, frustration. Right on, Beer Blood. But it's a good one. You know what I mean? At least so far what I read. I picked it up, and I'm gonna read through it, and I'll let you guys know my honest review on it. You guys know I love books. What's up, Growing with Hudson? Good to see you. Make a ring out of that coin, Gray. Oh, you mean like a ring, like a ring? That might be too little gaudy for me, Northern Girl. I've seen some people make them in the necklace, but this is like, I want this. It's kind of like a lucky piece. You know what I mean? So just imagine you always have a piece of silver on you, right? That case, if anything ever happens, you have at least, it's almost like a ticket to get home that you can trade for, because people are like, oh, silver, you know what I mean? Plus the intrinsic value, you know what I mean? I think the worst case in a Morgan dollar, you probably get about low as $18, but some of these go as a lot higher depending on the what's the word I'm looking for? The grade, you know what I mean? But I don't pay attention to that aspect. I'm not worried about all that. I'm not a coin collector in that fashion, but it's just about the silver content in here. Like a challenge coin. Yes, Dale Cobb. Exactly. Rainy mid-Michigan. Maryland, I thought I was going to get rain today, but it's just windy and dark. I was hoping we're expecting rain tomorrow. We're expecting rain tomorrow. I found a prepping bada. Yeah. Oh, did you, Jan? Speaking of luck, I found 8 4-leaf clovers yesterday. That's awesome, Mama Bear. The Gray Gotti. Yeah, right, Hawkeye. Jeez. Oh, man. That would be hilarious. Great. If you do a punch hole and make it a pendant. That's a good idea, D14. My friend Gordo made me a ring. The knife guy have yet to upload that video, always wearable. That's a good point, Northern Girl. It's raining in Iowa. Well, I hope we get some rain here. My now deceased father-in-law had a belt buckle with a silver dollar in it. That's pretty cool, Raka. Never clean your older collectible coins because it decreases value. Yes. You know, what drives me crazy when people collect coins and they put them in a jar and they get all scratched up. They don't realize that they're that, and cleaning them. There's so much to it when you want to look into stuff like that. If you're a collector of stuff, I found a new silver guy. I have 2 silver guys now, or 2 precious metal guys here locally. And he says, well, I just don't collect. I collect also antiques and collectibles and all kinds of stuff like that. And I said, well, would you be willing to trade for silver? I will go look for collectibles for you, because what's important to me is the silver. So I'm working out a deal with him. Make it a silver setting for a necklace. Yeah, Rena, that's what I was pondering too. You could do that. I could always use like one of my silver quarters or silver dimes and stuff like that, but maybe that's too small. I'd share WA Rain if I could. Thank you, Tara. I appreciate that. Let me see here. Clamming it up, right, Pure Blood? Clamming it up. I'm trying to look around to make sure that was everything that I wanted to go over this evening. I'm looking around to make sure I didn't miss anything I wanted to talk about. And if you guys get a chance, I like to get feedback from you. I know some of you folks don't like reviews, but that the Rock Pals review that I did, I had fun doing it. I'm learning of my way around doing reviews. I'm trying to get better at it, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, and hopefully they don't see this. Here's one thing about reviews, because, you know, I'm not really into YouTube for the money. You know, sure, if it ever works out that way, great. If not, no biggie, right? But I like getting products from these people and doing reviews on them, and learning about the products, and then showing you guys these products that may or may not work for you. Please don't ever think that if I do a review of a product that you need to buy it. That's not my goal. My goal is that if they send me something and they want me to do a review on it, great. And I'll do the review. Most of the time, I haven't. The only worst thing I had to review so far was that dehydrator, and man, that was a rough one. And I never finished the review on it. I told the company, I said, it's just unfortunately, it's a piece of crap, and I can't do review on it because unless you want a really bad negative review, I'd rather not. So that's why I never finished up that review on that dehydrator. I forget what it was, but it just didn't work out for me. Maybe I got a bum unit. I don't know. Survival Buzz, I agree. Thank you, Amy. It's just a Clambersphere. You guys are crazy. Tara Smile says reviews are helpful, and that's the whole purpose behind the review. I'll be honest with you. Me and Yarn were talking about this the other day, or maybe it was today. I think it might have been yesterday. The purpose that whenever let's say I'm going to go buy this knife here, right? You know, I want to know about this knife. So I will scour YouTube and watch 10 to 15 reviews about this knife because I want to know more about it. Is it durable? How is is it a full liner lock? What is the material made out of? Is it good for this? Is it good for that? I like reviews. Before I make any major purchases, I will go watch reviews. Let's say Alaska Prepper, he did a review on the Duracell. And I watched it because I'm curious because there's Duracells, there's EcoFlows, there's Blue Yetis, there's Rock Pals, there's Togos. There's a lot of different solar power stations out there, some better than others. Some have better options, some have better technology. And they can range from $150 all up to thousands of dollars. And like I said, they may not be for everybody, but for some of you, they can come in truly handy. Like I said, Rudy gave me a great idea when we had a conversation, and my Blue Yeti is hooked up to my PC. So if the power goes out, the live stream is still here. No, funny that you asked that. It's called a Colossal. It's by Amare. I'll send you the stuff. I don't know if you can see that on there. Let me see if my camera will focus on that. Probably not. Get rid of my face and maybe it will focus on there. And it's not going to focus on the name of the knife. I'm trying to get it in there, but it won't. My apologies. But it's Amare. The name is Mare knives, and it's called the Colosso. That you might be able to see. I don't know. I wish it would focus on it, but it will not. Anyways, someone said that's a really big knife. D14 ovens are great dehydrators if you know how to use an oven properly and the temperature settings and whatnot. But I like this knife because it has a very rigid spine on it. It's almost like my Becker. I think this is almost a 1/4 inch thick blade. And I can just do a lot with this. This is kind of like a utility knife for me. But it's just quick. It's really fast. I like that I can use it. I'm a big guy. I like bigger knives. It's just one of the knives that work for me. Greetings from Stealth Mode says, greetings from Florida. Just poofed in here. Here from Marfugel's room. So trippy. Right on, Stealth Mode. And thank you for joining us this evening. I'm about to wrap it up because I usually do an hour and we're at an hour and 2 minutes. But Stealth Mode, come back and check us out. We have some fun sometimes on here. I haven't seen Marf in a while. I haven't watched his been able to watch his videos in a while because usually it's like right after my video and I'm so tired and exhausted. But he's a great source of some interesting information, to say the least. You have shiny ones now. The new ones you'll get, you know what to do. Oh, B Walker. I'm looking at some stuff to make sure I didn't miss anything. Nice Sharpie. Thank you, Kitsy Witsy. Ovens are great. Be right back. Aloe is my solar system. Oh, okay. Mitten, that's right. You did mention that one in the content. Let me see here. Wallaby molars are made in China. Oh, Wallaby Mylars. Sylvia Tucker, I'm going to tell you what's not made in China. That's the hard thing to find out. What is not made in China? I've looked at so many different companies and they will tell you that they're not made in China. But if you dig and follow the money, there's always some sort of connection to China. There's a few folks, a lot of knife manufacturers. You got Buck. When you hear the word a buck knife, right, you think buck knife. That's American buck knife. Well, believe it or not, a lot of bucks are produced in China. There's just, unfortunately, a lot of products that are produced over there. That's why they have such a stronghold on the U.S. Live reviews help a lot. I never thought about doing a live review. No problem, Stealth Mode. What's up, Charlie? Late here in Newfoundland, but wanted to say hello to everyone. Well, thank you, Charlie. I'm about to wrap this up anyways. It's late enough. I got to get up early in the morning for work. Anyways, folks, if it's not made from China, it's made from materials from China. Minuteman, you hit the thing right on the button, brother, because there's a lot of things that will say made in the USA, right? But most of it comes from China, and it's really technically assembled here in the USA, and then they slap that label on there. It's just crazy. So do your research, folks. It's really hard to find 100% authentic American-made products, at least since the 80s. What's up, Ghosty? Good to see you as well. Kitsy Witsy, I agree 100%. Someone told me one time, they're like, hey, why do you use Amazon so much? I said, because I'm getting it. It's easy, quick, and fast. And like Kitsy Witsy said, get everything you can, no matter where it comes from now. Just get it. If you need it, get it. Anyways, folks, I want to say thank you. Truly appreciate. Thank you all for being here. And like I said, folks, please be safe out there. And again, know you're not alone. That's the key thing here. Be safe and know you're not alone. We have a phenomenal community here. You can interact with people. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, some great people down in the Discord. All those links are down below. There's ways to get a hold of me, my social media, and interact and chat and comments. You're more than welcome to email me with questions anytime that you have, a question that needs to be asked. I'm stuttering now because I'm getting tired. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, guys. And God bless you too, Rudy. But folks, get what you need, because it might not be there next time you look for it. All right, folks. Again, be safe. Know you're not alone. This is GreyMan. I'm out. I'll see you guys on the rebound, and God bless. I'll see you guys on Sunday.